guys, welcome back to BellaVet. Today I'm going to do another favorites video for you, and yeah, there's just been a lot of stuff that I've been loving in my second year of vet school, and I thought I'd share it with you. Okay, so the first thing that I've been loving are my new Warby Parker glasses. And yeah, in my last video I didn't have glasses because I didn't know I needed them. And it's kind of a funny story. Last year, about halfway through the year, we switched auditoriums in our school, and we were further away from the screen, and I just remember thinking, and I even said it to my friend, I was like, wow, the projector is getting like really out of focus. I'm surprised that nobody else has mentioned it. And she just kind of like shrugged it off, and she's like, oh, it looks fine to me. And then I took my phone and I flipped open the camera and I zoomed in to like the text, and it was crystal clear. And that's kind of when I knew that maybe it's not the projector, maybe I'm the one who's unfocused. So yeah, I kind of let it slide for a while, and then this year I noticed in the auditorium where we're closer to the screen that things were actually getting a little fuzzy. So I went into the eye doctor, and she was like, yep, you're nearsighted. And then I got a pair of these, and I really love them. I love their company too, because Warby Parker does this really cool system where for every pair of glasses that are purchased, they give a pair to someone in need, which just makes you feel really good inside. And yeah, these ones are the Percy, and I love tortoiseshell, and yeah, they're just really great, and they weren't super expensive, which is great. These were $95, and if you're someone who wears glasses, or if you're someone who just started shopping for them like I am, that's pretty low end of the bracket. They can get upwards of hundreds of dollars, and my mom, who's worn glasses her entire life, when she found Warby Parker and a couple other businesses that do them at reasonable prices, she was like jumping up and down because someone finally made them reasonable. But yeah, so that's my first one. I am gonna take these off for the rest of the video because I don't need them super close up, and with my lighting they might give you guys a little glare. Okay, so my next favorite is my Q&A day journal, and it's from Anthropology, and it's really cool because I suck at journaling, and this actually makes me feel like I'm good at journaling sometimes. And what it is it asks you a different question every day. There are 365 questions, and there's spaces for 5 years. So like for today it says, what's the last song you listened to? And I put Ophelia by the Lumineers, and that was last year. So I have to put in my song for this year, which would probably be Chateau. And like tomorrow it says, who's a person that you wanted to ignore today? And last year I said my nutrition professor, because we had our second nutrition exam and I just didn't want to take the exam. So, but yeah, I really love it, and I'm really excited to see how my answers change over the next 4 years. So this favorite, I was super excited when I found it at Target, and it just says notes on the front. It's a little notepad, but when you open it, it's got a bunch of lines with little check boxes on the side, and I love that because I am a to-do list maker. I am not good at keeping any sort of agenda. I've bought a lot of really cute ones that just sat in a drawer and I've never used, but I love lists and checking things off, and it makes me feel like I'm being productive. And I have one sheet for every single class, and I write down each lecture, and I check off when I've reviewed it once and when I've reviewed it twice when I'm studying for an exam. And yeah, it's just really helpful, and it's always on my desk. Okay, so this next favorite, kind of hate that it's a favorite, but this is my unfortunately new computer. It's a great computer. I'm loving it, but over the past 6 months I've had 2 Surface Pros die. So in my last favorites video, when I said I loved my Surface Pro, my opinion has changed on that a little bit. Yeah, there's apparently this problem with the battery, and it just stops working. And I've learned that if you have that problem, sticking it in the freezer sometimes helps. Done that a couple times, and it came to life, and then it died a couple days later for just the last time. And yeah, so I jumped off the Surface Pro ship pretty quick. This is the Dell Inspiron. I have no idea how to pronounce it. And I got a refurbished one because they're less expensive. And so far, fingers crossed, it has been working pretty well. It's a touch screen, so I actually still have my Surface Pro pen and it works with that. And you can flip the computer all the way around so you can write on it. And yeah, it's been getting the job done, which is good. It's been doing what I need it to do. I have heard some people having problems with the joint and therefore having problems with the screen. I have not had those problems yet. I really hope I don't have those problems because I don't need any more computer problems. But yeah, so maybe if you are looking into a laptop for vet school, consider this one. I will keep you guys updated if this one survives. Maybe I'm just really horrible to laptops, but I'll let you know. So a lot of you guys have been wondering what school supplies I use, and as far as paper and things like that go, all I really use is a clipboard and a stack of loose leaf college ruled paper, and I just write and I write and I write, and then I'll take that sheet of paper and put a paper clip on it and put it in a little pile, and I separate my piles by class, and I just kind of accumulate everything, and then after the exam I file it away. And yeah, so that's what I do for paper. And for pens and things, I have found these guys that I really like. They're the Papermate Profile 1.4B, and yeah, they come in a bunch of different colors, and I use different colors for different things. I don't really use highlighters, I just use colored pens. And yeah, they just write really fast, and I'm a very fast, very sloppy writer, so that's what I love. Any pen that has like drag, or if it feels like it's just going really slow, I can't stand that. And so this one, the ink comes out really fast, and that's why I like it. So for those of you wondering, that's what I use. So my next favorite I actually got for Christmas, and it is this. This is my Patagonia Black Hole Duffle. It's in a small size, and I absolutely love it. It is really cool. It's great for taking on planes, or just for a weekend, or just throwing in the car, because it's not only got these types of normal duffel bag straps, but it's really great for taking on planes because it actually has backpack straps too. And I hate being the person in the security line where you're just taking up all of the time and you're fumbling with your stuff because they made you take everything out of your bag. And yes, you do travel with 2 laptops because you're crazy. And yeah, it's just so much easier to get everything in and everything out really quickly, and yeah, I really love it. So my next favorite is just what I eat in the morning, because in vet school I really don't have a lot of time to make breakfast for myself. So I am a granola bar girl all the way, and I cycle between 3 different kinds. I really like the Cliff Bar macadamia nut. Tastes like a cookie and I love it. I like the Luna bar and the lemon flavor. That one's really good. And right now I've been eating the Fiber One, just I think it's like chocolate and oats. That one's really good, and it's also the least expensive of the 3, and I'm on a vet school budget, so that's one that I've been buying at the moment, but when I eventually get sick of it, I'll switch to all the other ones. Also on the food side of things, I cannot get through vet school with caffeine. I can get through it without coffee, which blows a lot of people's minds, but just so happens that my tea is the most caffeinated tea I could find. And that is the Tazo Awake English Breakfast, and it's just black tea, but yeah, I really love it. It's not quite as boring as most black teas. It's got a little bit of tartness to it, and it's really great for making iced tea. So yeah, that is my caffeine vice for vet school. Coffee just makes me too jittery, it's too intense for me, but this keeps me awake, and it's a really great way to wake up in the morning, especially when I have a long day of studying ahead of me. Okay, so my next favorite is my lab desk, and I love studying from home, but sometimes studying at my desk for hours on end gets really boring and a little uncomfortable, and especially during something like finals week where every second of free time is spent studying, sometimes you just need to get a little bit more comfortable. So when that happens, I come over onto my bed and I use my lap desk to study, and yeah, I just really love it, and it makes me focus a little bit better when all I want to do is to just not focus and not study. It keeps me going a little bit longer. Okay, so my next favorite is this Vaseline Lip Therapy Rosy Lips Lip Balm. And yeah, this winter in Missouri was super dry, and I had the most chapped lips I've ever had. And the lip balm that I told you guys about in my last video, the Fresh, which I've always used, it's always done the job, it couldn't touch it, and that was so freaky. And that stuff's pretty expensive, and I was going through a lot of it and I didn't want to, and this, I believe it's less than $5. It's so cheap, and this was the only thing that was able to get my lips back to normal. And yeah, so I am forever indebted. It is so good, and it smells really nice too. So yeah, I'll definitely put this in the description bar for you. So another little thing that I always make sure I have is some hand cream, especially in the winter time. My exchange sister got me this, and it is so nice. It smells like verbena, which is kind of like a lemony smell. And yeah, I just have one in my handbag and one on my desk at all times. I'll be sure to put in some of my other favorites in the down bar. And yeah. Okay, so my next favorite I actually got while I was over in Sweden, and I was visiting my exchange sister. And for those of you who don't know, my family hosted a Swedish exchange student my senior year of high school, and yeah, I've gone back to visit her since, and it was really fun. And this was one of the things that I brought back, and it is just a shawl, or I like to think of it as a wearable blanket. And yeah, it's just really nice. I always wear it when I'm studying because I usually get cold, and it is one of my favorite things to bring on a plane because, like I said, it's a socially acceptable blanket to wear, which is just really great when you're on a long plane trip. So my next favorite is actually for my doggo. She's wearing it right now. It's her Seresto collar, and for those of you who don't know, Seresto collars are, they're this little gray collar, and they've got little reflective bits on them, and they're for flea and tick prevention. And they're usually worn in addition to their normal collar, and they can be worn and active for 8 months, which is really cool because you don't have to worry about applying a monthly topical. You know, you just leave it on and forget about it and put a little reminder in your phone to buzz at you 8 months later to put a new one on. And yeah, it's just been really nice. And we had a rep come by and teach us all how it worked, and even one of our more strict professors, he really likes it, and he's kind of hard to impress with these things. So with his stamp of approval, I feel really comfortable putting it on my dog, and yeah, it's been working out great so far. Okay, so for those of you that have watched my last video, you know that I am obsessed with plants, specifically succulents. And this is one of my newest guys, and he might look a little boring from the outside, but if you saw him flower, you would understand why I like him so much. I'll put up a picture now. And the coolest part is he flowers like crazy. I think he's popped out like a dozen flowers since I've gotten him, which is way more than any other plant that I've had. So yeah, he's just really fun. And if you like plants, you'll have to pick one up. And to continue my plant obsession, I recently got this little mister, and I had been using just like an Aquafina bottle with a spray nozzle on it. Not the cutest, you know, most aesthetically pleasing option, but it got the job done, and I've upgraded to this little guy, and yeah, he's just really cute, and I love the way he looks next to all of my little hectic plant area. Okay, that's all I have for you guys today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Oh, and hit that bell icon if you want to be notified anytime I upload a new video. And yeah, I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.